Hey guys! Today I am painting some miniatures, and I've been working on Commander Shadowsun as my commander for my Tau army. I've decided to go, most of my Tau have this kind of tan base color, and then for her I wanted to do, I really love purple, and I thought that purple would look really cool, so I did different shades of purple on her guns. And I did like a brighter purple kind of hair, and I think I'm gonna do like a Frisian gray as her skin tone. So I've been working on that, doing some filling in the black at the various parts, and she's almost done. And then I just started working on this Banshee. That's an older Warhammer, like one of the pewter models. I gave her red hair and doing kind of like a skull, bony kind of color. I think I might do some purples and silvers, and some grays in there for Frostgrave. And so those are the two main minis that I'm working on right now. Steven's got some of his 40k stuff on the board, but over here we just primed a bunch of creatures for Frostgraves. We have a spider, frogs for the ice frogs, an ice leopard, and then we're going to use some of these barrels and little treasure chests, like this one. Paint that up, put some gems, do that kind of thing. Yeah, so we have these little, you know, beads and stuff that really shiny, small, could look like little rubies or, you know, whatever. And Steven's is doing a really cool job. We've actually bought these really cool different glitters, which on their own looks sort of like, how could you use this for Warhammer? Like, why would you put glitter on your models? But they actually make a really cool snow effect. When you do some snow flocking, which we got, with some of the glitter and some texture, you can really get a cool snow with some ice kind of in there. It really, if you do it like really sparingly, it gives it just enough of that glittery, glistening ice look, and it doesn't look overly glittery or shiny. It's not like, you know, a kindergarten glitter project gone horribly wrong. So yeah, that's like the biggest rule of crafts when you like intertwine craft world into like the hobbying and wargaming world. Don't be afraid of glitter, but just use it extremely sparingly. Otherwise you wind up with like god-awful messes. It's also the hardest thing to clean up out of like anything. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a spider that we got that we want to do for Frostgrave. He's pretty cool. Need to do him, I want him to have a really kind of icy look, sort of how we did the frog. I'll give you guys a little example. With the blues and the whites and that kind of glitter going on. So I want to do something similar with him. I also have another frog I've been working on. Again, blues, purples, some spots. Gave him bright green eyes. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the back here in a light gray. And I want to give him some really bright bluish green, kind of this turquoise color of the little raised bumps. And I think I also want to do some kind of glitter, maybe like a black glitter on the end of his legs. So I think that'll look really cool. And I also have been working more on Commander Shadowsun, just to give you guys an update on her. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do her jetpack, but definitely getting there. Guns are looking good. I really like the purple theme I went with. And to talk a little bit about the technique that I used for the other two frogs. He's still a little wet. Let's see. So I really just based them both. I based the light blue one in just this light, let's see, it's actually a dry brush. I mixed the dry brush Citadel Skink Blue with a little bit of white, regular paint, just some Craftsmart, cheap kind of paint, and I did that so I could cover him all in that kind of light blue color. And then I did some dark blue dots on the back. And I painted his back legs white and his front legs that blue color with the white fingertips. And again the yellow eyes, and then I put some regular kind of fine glitter on his back legs to give him that frosty, icy kind of look. And I'm thinking I'm going to do something similar with the purple and darker blue spotted frog. I'm thinking maybe that same kind of glitter, but in maybe some different spots. I'm not totally sure. Also tried this glaze on the light blue frog. Let's see. This glossy glaze. It was okay. I think it moved, it made the glitter look a little more gold instead of that white color, so I think it had some sort of reaction with that. So I don't know if I would totally recommend it for this purpose. I had it laying around for some other craft purpose. I can't remember. But anyway, so I will get started and I'll be right back. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the exact colors and kind of things that I used for the ice toads and the frost spiders. So I used mostly, I based him in just regular Craftsmart, you know, kind of a cheap acrylic paint. And I mixed that kind of like, while that was still wet, I did some of this Citadel dry brush. This is Skink Blue. It's like a really bright, like light blue. And I did his legs just white, and then his body I did the dry brush too. And then after that dried, I did, if you can see, some little dots. I actually used the tip of a pencil, and I just dipped that in this Citadel color. It's called Techless Blue. And I did his eyes this really bright yellow from Hobby Color. You could use any kind of bright color for the eyes. I think that kind of makes them look a little bit more mystical and monster-y. And then I put glitter, like a fine white glitter on him. I thought that that would look good. And I finished with this Sculpey glaze. It makes them look really glossy. It blended a little differently than I thought it would, because it's a little thicker. But I think it looked good how it dried. So proud with that. And then for this guy, I did the same blue that I used, that I did the dots for on the other frog, the Techless Blue. I did that on his back legs, and then I did Slaanesh Gray. It's like a more, I think it's more of like a light purple, but you know, whatever. And I did Nagaroth Night for the dots, the dark purple dots, and a bright green for his eyes. I did Moot Green. And then for the glitter I did a little bit thicker of a glitter, like a bigger pieces, like that. And then for the spider, I actually used a lot of the same colors again. Did the Slaanesh Gray for the back of the body. I did this Craftsmart, again, that cheaper kind of paint. It's like a turquoise. I did that with the pencil. Again, I dipped that in the pencil and did the dots on his back. And then I used a variety of blues for the legs. I did, let's see, I did more Craftsmart. I did this Craftsmart Pale Blue for the front part of its face. and then a little bit of the legs. It looks a lot darker because I'll show you the ink wash that I used in a minute, but they look a lot darker because of that. But I did that. Aldorf Guard Blue for that, and then again that bright yellow for the fangs. And I painted, after everything dried, I dipped his legs in just regular glue, like Elmer's glue, and I did a black glitter, which I thought looked pretty cool for Spider. And again, I think that, you know, when you think of wargaming and just kind of miniatures in general, I think glitter is basically one of the last things that anyone would think of. It's definitely not the first thing that you think of when you think about this hobby, but I definitely think using it in the right situation, like if you're doing kind of a mystical monster sort of thing, or anything with snow or whatever, it's a really good thing to use in moderation. So that's it for my little painting tutorial. You guys will see these guys based next time on little snow bases, and then eventually in play. We'll play some Frostgrave with them, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Bye.
And I'm here tonight to show you a progress report on our Frostgrave adventures. One quick mention that I'd like to show you, which is going to be different from last time, is going to be that the bases have been completely done. I'm going to get some better light over here. So they have small amounts of white flocking. They have some white glitter mixed into the flocking to make it look like snow and ice on the bases. In addition, the monsters are not controlled by a player. Generally, they only come out during the game when a treasure is discovered. So as the guardians of the treasure, I figured it would be kind of cool and whimsical to put some small pieces of treasure on the bases. I've included small gold ingots, which are costume jewelry clipped up. This one has a bone, which was a bead. Some of them have crystals, which are just beads shaped like crystals. Some of them again have gold ingots, some of them have crystals. Skeletons even have them. In the back here you can see one very well. Now, in Shelby's videos, she was showing you how she was doing the animals of Frostgrave. We got these out of different dollar store animal packs. We do like to buy from Citadel. We do like to buy from Reaper. We do like to buy from Mantic and all those gaming companies. But with as far as like random animals go that are just going to appear once in a blue moon in a game, we figure that it's okay to just kind of convert our own stuff. And hey, let's admit it, this hobby is about being creative. So here we are trying to be a little bit creative. So these plastic animals have now been turned into fantastical creatures. They have snow bases. They have gems and treasure which they're protecting. There's some glitter, there's some paint, and a variety of treasures on the bases. The bases I fabricated myself out of plastic. I used an upside down turned glass and I cut out some hard plastic from a folder to make these bases. The Vampirus here has a ruby. The Troll has 2 diamonds. The Polar Bear I'm very happy with. He came painted like this. And he also has some snow, some ice, and some of those plastic gemeralds. Very cool. The 2 that I'm very happy with are the Ice Toad and the Ice Spider. She did a great job doing like grays and blues and purples, just enough glitter to give them that high fantasy look. And the same over here with the Ice Toad, which is actually pretty badass in Frostgrave. If it turns up, stay away from it. So I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy this game and see a lot more of it. And for those of you who prefer more traditional war games, we will have content for you as well. As you've seen in my previous videos, I have rank upon rank upon rank of Space Marines and Empire Spearmen and Lizardmen and Elves, all ready to just get down and bloody and fight those mass battles that I know you guys are waiting for. But every once in a while we want to lighten it up and we want to just do some high fantasy, and these models are going to reflect that. So that's our little explanation video. This is Steven, the Armchair Emperor, signing off.